Welcome to Creating Titles Using Reaper, Part 1 of 3 Lessons by Lewis Wood. In this Part 1 lesson, I will be demonstrating techniques and tricks in how to attach a text overlay effect to a MIDI item. I will first create this MIDI item, and then I will open the envelopes. Once I have the text overlay effect, I'll set the envelopes that will be displayed, which will be every one of them, pretty much, the ones that are visible. And then I will give them all default values. And then after I have that MIDI item, I will then name it next title, so that we always recognize it. Then I will copy that and put it in a temporary location out of the way. This will be a default one I will use for all my titles, since I'm creating a whole bunch of different styles. So the first one will be the stacked titles. There will be one on top of the other, and they will fade out when time elapses. They'll be up there for about 6 seconds, each one will, and they'll fade, and I stagger them 1 second apart, so it looks like they pop in 1 second later after the first one, and then the second one and third one, and then all at once they'll start disappearing. And that's the entire effect of that title. Why would the blind people want to have titles? That's because you have to upload your music to YouTube. You got to do it in a video format. So if you got to do a video, you might as well do a picture and throw a title up there, at least to name your song or music for the people who are not visually impaired. And once you've got these techniques of how to get the grunt work done, you can pretty much do it by yourself. But you may want to bring in some sighted person just for a cleanup at the very end to confirm everything. And that should be it for what you need. Now, part 2, it is the black hole. One I call the black hole. It could be a drain, it could be a big mouth, it could be whatever you want it to be. Alright? And the black hole effect basically is titles coming from the top and from the bottom, and they get sucked into the black hole. And as the title gets closer and closer to the black hole, it sucks it a little faster, and it's moving farther away real fast, so it shrinks even faster. And then it fades out visually as it's real small. For me, I can't see it when it's that small, but other people, they might be able to see it on a big giant screen TV. Who knows? And no, I don't do the full drain effect, which where it circles the drain. So that could be a technique that somebody else can do. There's a lot of different possibilities people can do, but this is the black hole effect, and it's dedicated to one by itself because it is a bit complex. It actually requires you to take 2 of the MIDI items and then configure one for coming from the top and one for coming from the bottom, and then you just copy those over and over and over, staggering them of course, and then titles will fall into the black hole one after the other. Now, third video, I do 2 different styles on that one. I do the scrolling. In this one it's scrolling up. It could easily be scrolling down. I copy the MIDI item that I already have defined, and then I set the parameters and the envelopes so it will scroll up over a 4-second period of time. And it's very simple. And I stagger those titles a second apart, so 1 second later the next title scrolls in right behind the other one, so it looks like it's going up. And then the final one is the lyrics one, which would be like karaoke. Now in my video, I just do time because I don't have any audio. Now you will of course have your lyrics, and you'll know where your songs are, and you'll copy them from a notepad or something, and you'll copy your line, and you'll affix it, right into the MIDI item that you paste in there, and you will have it going that length. You'll actually set the length for how long that particular lyric goes. You may even have 2 lines of lyrics if you need to. So that's how you would define it. And for cleanup, you'll have to bring somebody in. Now these lyrics, they're cross-faded. Cross-faded means they overlap each other. My overlap is a half a second. So over that half a second overlap, one fades out and the other one fades in. You'll of course have to play with this, and you'll have to decide what you want to do. And you can make it into a hopping one if you wanted to, maybe a bouncing lyrics. The worlds are endless for you. Visually impaired could do these, and even the blind can do them. You just need somebody to help you with the cleanup. And I wish you all the best of luck. I wanted to create templates so that way you can just grab the styles and throw it into your project and do minor modifications. However, I found out that if you insert a MIDI item after you create the MIDI, you insert like a picture or a video after you inserted the MIDI, somehow it changed the project resolution, and it didn't work. It ended up making the letters very skewed. So that just wasn't practical. Well, anyway, enjoy the lesson, and I hope you enjoy these lessons, and I hope they add to the Reaper community. And I appreciate everything you guys have done too, because I've been watching a lot of that stuff. I'm no expert at the audio, and that's what I got to focus on next. Now the first thing I want to do, I'm only going to be creating 2 tracks. I'm not going to create a narration track. I'm using Zoom to record this while I'm doing this. And so first thing I'll need to do is the top track. The track that we want titles has to be above all video tracks. And why would you want to create videos? It's because if you want to upload to YouTube, you have to have a video. Maybe you might want to put a title on it. Nothing too complicated. Otherwise, it may not look right if you're blind, but you can always get somebody to help you. All right, here we go. I'm going to create the first title.
Control T. Track name of it.
Okay, this track, I'm going to call it Titles.
Titles.
All right.
Titles. Enter. Track list.
Okay, now I'm going to create another one.
Control T. Track name of it.
And this one I will call Background.
BACGROUND. Ground. Enter. Track list. 1 title 0 items. 2 background 0 items.
Yeah, I got background 0 items, and I got
1 title 0 items.
And titles 0 items. Okay.
2 background 0 items.
Let's go get a background. I should have got that before I started doing this video. I forgot all about that. But anyway, let's see what I can do.
Control E.
Whoops.
Windows E.
There we go.
Home. Items view multi-select. Control L. Address edit combo. C. Colon. Backslash. T. M. P. Temp. Enter. Shell view. Local disk left paren C colon right paren. Items view multi-select list box. Not select B. Backsquat.mov. 207 B. BC underline 21 B. Braille test rules. B. Blackhole-lead.jpg. 1 of 17. Copied selection to clipboard.
Okay.
Alt F4. 2 background 0 items. Track. 1 title 0 items.
Okay. The reason I have to put the media item in there first is because that will determine the project dimensions.
1 title. 2 background 0 items.
But now I'm going to do that before I start doing my first title. So
1 item added.
There we are.
1 title 0 items. 2 background 1 item.
And I got 1 item.
1 blackhole-lead.jpg bar 1 beat 1.
It is the black hole. Now I'm going to go ahead and tell it to display this black hole. I'll just do it for a minute and a half. Okay. So I'm going to press Shift F2.
Shift F2. Edit. Blackhole-lead.jpg. OK. Button. Position colon. Edit. 0 hours. 000. Length colon. Edit. 001 000.
See, it's only got it for 1 second. Let's make it more than that. Okay. So we'll go
1
1
colon 0 0 0 0 period 0 0.
Oh, that's right.
0 0 period 0 0 colon blank 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 1
1
colon 3
3
0
0.
30 period 0 0 0.
There we go. And now I'm going to press Shift Enter.
0 0 0. Shift Enter. 1 1 1.
Okay.
One.
I always have to hit the
1.
Escape key to get rid of that
Track list.
noisy thing. All right. And which is the properties dialog of an item.
1 title 0 items. 2 background 1 item.
You see?
1 blackhole-lead.jpg.
And then if I go to the end of the black hole,
Control Shift period. Bar 46.
I'm at bar 46. But
Control J. Jump to time /marker /region colon. Track list. Control Shift J. 1 minute 30.000 seconds.
you see it's at 1 minute 30 seconds. Okay. And now I'll go back to the
W.
beginning.
Bar 1 beat 10%.
Now I'm going to go to the first track.
1 title 0 items.
Now, in order to do titles,
W.
you have to do them as MIDI items. Okay. So let's go ahead and we'll insert a MIDI item. I'm going to do Alt-I.
Alt-I. Menu bar. Menu. Insert. New MIDI item. Shift plus insert. N.
Now you hit the cursor key down 1 and it says New MIDI item. I'm just going to hit Enter on that. I know it says you can press Shift Insert, but
Enter. Leaving menus.
I'm using Jaws, not NVDA, so I sometimes find that it doesn't always do exactly what it's supposed to do. Now I've got a MIDI item there. Now what I got to do is I need to get it selected. So what I have to do is
1 untitled MIDI item.
I had to hit the left and I had to hold down the Control key and hit the left arrow and then the right arrow, and now I've got it.
1 untitled MIDI item.
Okay. And I got an untitled MIDI item. Now I'm going to have to give it a name. Okay.
Shift F2. Edit. Title untitled MIDI item.
And what I'm going to call this one is, I'm going to call it Next Title.
N. E. X. T. Next. T. 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 I. T. L. E.
Now, this is just a name that I want them always to have. Okay. Now, this one is going to have a default setting. Okay.
OK. Button. Position colon. Edit. 0 hours. 0 0.
So I got 0.
Length colon. Edit. 002 000.
And it's going to have a length. Okay. Now the length on this one, I'm going to have it as, let's make it 6. We'll make it for 6 seconds. Okay. There we are.
0 colon 0 6
Okay, 6 seconds.
06 time. Radio button checked.
And there we are.
Fade in colon. Edit. 0 hours. 0 0.
Okay.
Curve colon. Edit. 0.00. Inverted quadratic fade in. Fade out colon. Edit. 0 hours. 0 0.
Now the fade out, I'm going to have it so it does fade out. Okay. And this one is going to have a fade out of
0 colon 0 0 0 0 period.
Here,
5.
5. Okay. And that'll be that fade out. I'm going to also give it a fade in, even though the first one shouldn't have a fade in. No, I'm not going to do a fade in. It'll be easier for the demo. I'll do it this way. Okay. Okay. For people that are visually impaired so they can see it. It's easier to keep track of it. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and press Shift Enter.
Shift Enter. 0.
Now it
0.
starts making that
0.
noise. I hit the escape
Track list.
and the property window disappears. Okay. And now I've got the item.
1 next title. 1 next title.
Okay, see, I call it Next Title. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and copy this one right now. Okay.
One item copied.
Okay. The reason I copied it is because I'm trying to, I'm going to make sure that I have the settings on this particular. Oh, hold it. I forgot to put the filter. I got to apply the take effect. So really, I copy it later. My bad. All right. Now let's.
One next title.
Okay, I've got it there. Now I got to hit the application key because I got the item.
Applications. Context menu. I.
Now I got to go down and I got to find the apply filter chain effects for an item. I'm going to do it on a MIDI item.
Item settings submenu. Item property. Source property. Group submenu. Take submenu. A. Next take T unavailable. N.
See it?
Take submenu. A.
See, I get a take submenu.
Next take T unavailable. N.
And
Previous take Shift plus T unavailable. Delete active take. D. Crop to active take Alt plus Shift plus T unavailable. Duplicate active take Control plus Alt. Lock to active take unavailable. Show FX chain for active take Control plus F. S.
that's the one I want. Show FX chain for active take. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and press enter on that, and it's going to bring me up and ask me for a filter.
Enter. Leaving menus. Add the FX to colon item quotes next title quote dialog. Filter colon.
Okay.
Filter colon edit combo.
Now I'm going to add an effects to the next title, MIDI item. Okay. I'm going to just hit the up arrow because its video process is already is already there. It just needs to be highlighted.
Video processor.
Now it is there. So I've got the video processor. Just press enter.
Enter. FX colon item quotes next title quote dialog. Video
All right.
processor.
Now all I got to do is do shift tab a bunch of times until I get to where I can enter the word overlay. Here you go.
Remove button. Add button. Preset menu button. Combo box. Left paren customized processor right paren.
There we go. Right where it says customized processor, I'm going to enter overlay.
O. Overlay colon image overlay.
See, I hit O, and now it says image overlay. Well, I want the text overlay, so I'm going to hit the down arrow.
Overlay colon text.
Now it says overlay text. I've got it. All right. Now I need to set the parameters.
Param button.
Now to set the parameters, you have to be able to press the Alt space key. So I'm going to do that, Alt space key.
Alt plus space. Context menu. N.
Okay. And now I'm going to go down to the parameters.
S. Show media item take envelope submenu. S. Text height.
There,
T.
see? I pressed the letter S, and it said show media item take envelopes. Okay. So I'm going to click on all of them, one after the other. Now, somebody may have a better way of doing this, but just the way I have to do it. Maybe in NVDA you can, but I'm using Jaws.
Y position. What? Text height. T.
All right, definitely need a text height. So every time I press enter on it and get it checked, I'm going to have to redo it and bring up the menu on the parameter menu. That's why this is a pain in the butt. But once you do it one time, you just copy the same MIDI item around and you won't have to do it again. Okay, here I go.
Shift enter. Leaving menus. Param button.
All right.
Alt plus space. Context menu. N. S. Show media item take envelope submenu. At Y position. Y. Shift enter. Leaving menus. Param button. Alt plus space. Context menu. N. S. Text height checked. T. Y position checked. X position. X. Shift enter. Leaving menus. Param button. Alt plus space. Context menu. N. S. Show media item take envelope submenu. Y position checked. X position checked. X. Order. B. Shift enter. Leaving menus. Param button. Alt plus space. Context menu. N. S. Show media item take envelope submenu. S. Text height checked. Y position checked. X position checked. Order checked. B. Text bright. T.
Now that's the text brightness. Of course, you want to be able to set that one.
Shift enter. Leaving menus. Param button. Alt plus space. Context menu. S. Show media item take envelope submenu.
Yes.
S. Text height checked. T.
And there
Y position. X position checked. Order checked. B. Text bright checked. T.
There you go.
Text alpha. T.
Now, text output, that's the opacity. That means how, if you can see things through it or whatever. Okay, so we'll need that setting.
Shift enter. Leaving menus. Param button.
Okay.
Alt plus space. Context menu. N. S. Show media item take envelope sub. Y. X. Text bright checked. Text alpha checked. T. E.g. bright. B.
Now this is background brightness. Now, of course, we're going to need to decrease it because as a default, it sets it up there. Sets it up there.
Shift Enter. Leaving menus. Param button.
Okay.
Alt plus space. Context menu. N. S. Show media item take envelope sub menu. Y position check. X position order. Text bright. Text alpha check. BG bright checked. BG alpha. B.
Well, there we are. Background transparency. We're going to want to set that. That's basically the opacity, so that way things can be seen through the background. From what I'm gathering, the border and the background combination create what's around the text. Okay.
Shift Enter. Context menu. Leaving menus. Param button.
Okay. Now I've got the parameters set. I mean, there's some other thing, parameter 9, and some other stuff by
Combo box. Overlay colon text.
You can get that to other ways, so you don't need to do that. Now I'm going to hit the escape key. I hit the tab key, then I'm going to hit the escape key.
Track list.
Now I'm back on a track list.
One next title. One next title.
Okay, next title is highlighted. I'm now going to do a Control C to copy it.
One item copied.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and create another track for temporary use, just so that way I can have it.
Two background, one item.
Okay.
Control T. Track name edit. T E M P. Temp. Enter. Track list. 3 temp 0 items.
Okay, it's got 0 items. I'm going to go ahead and do a copy to it.
One item added. Two background. 3 temp 1 item. One next title.
Okay. See, next title is also on the temp one. I'm going to go ahead and mute this track because I don't need it showing up at the same time the other one is.
Muted.
Okay. And actually, I should have did the settings too. Whatever. Let's go check it out.
Two back. One titles, one item.
All right. We got here.
One next title.
All right. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the envelopes. Okay. I'm going to press Alt L.
Alt L. Text height / text overlay - video processor envelope armed.
Okay. We got the text height. Now, text height is depending on your resolution and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do a setting for it. Alt Shift E.
Alt Shift E. Set envelope point value dialog. Value colon edit. 0.050.
Now see, they got it at 0.50 or 0.050. I'm going to change it to the maximum, which it won't stick to this. It's only it will change the value.
1.
Okay. And then I just did a 1.
Shift Enter. Track list.
And if I go back to it, you'll see that it has changed it.
Alt Shift E. Set envelope point value dialog. Value colon edit. 0.200.
You see, it set it to 20%, 0.20. So it says it can only go to 20%. All right.
Track list.
So that's why you'll have to know that because you'll be varying it later on if you want to. Okay. Now let's go to the next. We're going to arm the next envelope, which I believe is the Y one.
Alt L. Y position / text overlay - video processor envelope armed.
Okay. Now we're going to do that. Alt Shift E.
Alt Shift E. Set envelope point value dialog. Value colon edit. 0.950.
0.950. I'm going to go ahead and set it to the middle only because I need to be able to refer to it later on, and I'll need it for other settings. And it just makes it easier to spot in the middle when it's there.
0. Period. 5.
That's 50%, 0.5. So here I go.
Shift Enter. Track list.
Okay. Now I need to arm the next one.
Alt L. X position / text overlay - video processor envelope armed.
Now this is the X position. It's probably set to 0. We'll double check it.
Alt Shift E. Set envelope point value dialog. Value colon edit. 0.000.
Now if you want it directly in the middle of the screen, you would set it to
0. Period. 5.
Okay.
Shift Enter. Track list.
And it goes right to it bases it off the middle. Okay. Now I'll go ahead and do an Alt L.
Alt L. Border / text overlay - video processor envelope armed.
Now this is the border. Let's just see what the value is.
Alt Shift E. Set envelope point value dialog. Value colon edit. 0.000.
See, it doesn't have any border on it whatsoever. I'm going to go ahead and leave that alone. All right. So I'm going to do Shift Enter to close it.
Shift Enter. Track list.
Okay. Now I'm going to do the next one.
Alt L. Text bright / text overlay - video processor envelope armed.
Now text bright. We're going to need that. So let's go check that one.
Alt Shift E. Set envelope point value dialog. Value colon edit. 1.000.
That's already got 1.0. That's a nice value. I like that. So I'm going to leave it that bright.
Shift Enter.
That's
Track list.
100% brightness. 1.0. Okay.
Alt L, text alpha slash text overlay dash video processor envelope armed.
Text alpha. This is the transparency of the text that it's creating. So let's do an Alt Shift D.
Alt Shift E, set envelope point value dialog, value colon edit, 1.000.
Okay, it says it's transparent. So let's just
0.
let's make it where it's not transparent. Or it's the other way around.
0, blank. 1, period. 0. Shift enter.
Okay.
Track list.
There, it should be solid. We'll find out in a moment.
Alt L, BG bright slash text overlay dash video processor envelope armed.
Okay, let's see what the value is. Our background brightness.
Alt Shift E, set envelope point value dialog, value colon edit, 0.750.
Let's see, I can't see it because it's too bright on the background. So I'm going to basically get rid of the background.
0. Period. 0.
There we go. Now on the screen, it should be showing up, and I believe it is. If I look real closely, yeah, I pulled my head really close to the screen.
Shift enter. Track list.
Now I can see that it's there. All right. I'll go ahead and look at the last one, the background bright alpha.
Alt L, BG alpha slash text overlay dash video processor and Alt Shift E, set envelope point value dialog, value colon edit, 0.500.
I see it says 0.5. And what that does is that gives it a little bit of background, so that way you can make the text easier to read. I think it's too much, so I'm going to try it at
0.
0.
Period.
2.
2. Shift enter. Track list.
All right. So now I got the background, the proper brightness. All right. Now, once you got I just did envelopes and arming. So the only way to get out of the envelopes and arming, you almost basically got to go down.
2 background 1 item. 1 titles 1 item.
Now I'm back on the track, on the top track, which is the MIDI track with titles. And now I'm going to hit the left arrow.
1 next title.
Yeah, control left arrow, that is. Now the MIDI item is highlighted. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and copy it now.
1 item copied.
Okay, I'm going to go back down to my temp one, and I'm going to replace that one with this one because this one's got all the settings.
2 background 3 temp muted 1 item.
Okay.
1 next title.
Okay, let's delete that one.
1 item removed.
Okay, and let's put this
1
one
item
on.
added.
Yep.
2 background 1 item. 1 titles 1 item. 2 background 1. 3 temp muted 1 item. 2 back. 1 titles 1 item. W.
Okay, I hit W in order to go to the beginning of the thing.
2 back. 3 temp muted 1 item. 1 next title.
Okay, good, yeah. All right, I was wondering what happened.
2 back. 1 titles 1 item.
I'm
1
sorry,
title.
I was just trying to see what was going on with my cursor, and now I see what it was. Okay. All right. Now the thing is I've got them. Now I'm actually going to go ahead and start the process of setting the values. This one's going to be a stacked. It's going to be a stacked title. So I'm going to do this for the first one. It's just going to be on the screen at the very beginning. So there's no fade in for it. Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and we'll start it off. And we're going to change the height. I'm going to change the height to a little bit shorter. Okay.
Alt L. No track envelopes.
Oh.
1 next title.
I have to highlight the MIDI item that I want to do track envelope. Now I'm going to arm the envelope.
Alt L. Text height slash text overlay dash video processor envelope armed.
Okay. Now I'm going to do the text height. I'm going to make this text height a little shorter. Okay. Only because 20% is a little bit big. You only fit 5 lines on the whole screen. Kind of overpowering, maybe. All right, let's see.
Alt Shift E. Set envelope point value dialog. Value colon edit. 0.200.
So I'm going to change it to 0.15.
0. Period. 1. 5.
Okay. And if I look on the screen, it's there. It's too small for me, but I have to get really close to that little bitty screen. But when I make it full screen, I'll be able to see it easier. Okay. So I'm going to close this one.
15. Shift enter. Track list.
I did shift enter, and that closed that envelope. Okay. Let's go to the next envelope. I'm going to do the Y envelope. Now I'm going to start stacking these from the top. So I'm going to do the top part first.
Alt L. Y position slash text overlay dash video processor envelope armed.
Okay. I'm going to do Alt Shift E.
Alt Shift E. Set envelope point value dialog. Value colon edit. 0.500.
Okay. Now Y starts at the top at 0, and then it goes down. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this one at
0.
0
Period.
point 0.
0.
Let's see what happens.
Shift enter. Track list.
Okay, it's at the very top, and it's currently centered. I'm going to have it over to the left, on the left justified on this one. I'm not totally all the way to the left, but pretty close to the left. Okay, so we got to do the X value next.
Alt L. X position / text overlay dash video processor
Okay, we're
envelope
going
on.
to do the X envelope. Alt Shift E.
Alt Shift E. Set envelope point value dialog. Value : edit. 0.500.
See, I had it 50%, which means basically center it. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to go to the very right, left edge. The left edge is 0. Okay,
0.
0.
Period.
Point, and I'm going to go
0.
0. 5.
5.
Let's try that.
0. 5. Shift enter. Track list.
Okay, that's pretty close to the left edge. I think that's all right. All right, now we did set a fade in earlier, so it's fading out, but I will double check it. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Shift F2. Edit. Next title. OK. Button. Position : length : edit. 006,000. Time. Radio button. Checked. Fade in : edit. 0 hours. 00. Curve : edit. 0. Inverted quadratic fade in button. Fade out : edit. 0 hours. 500.
Okay. All right. So I got 500, and it is
Curve : fade out : curve : fade in : time. Radio button checked. Length : edit. 006,000.
I got 6 seconds. Okay, that sounds good.
Shift enter.
All right. I had
Track
escape
list.
because once you close it, do a shift enter, and I closed it. All right, now I'm going to copy this one. Oh, hold it. I forgot to go down.
2 background 1. Take 1.00. 1 titles 1 item. 1 next title.
Okay, I had to hit the up arrow to go to the track that I want where the titles are, and then hit the control left arrow, okay, in order to get there. All right, now it says next title. That's the one that's highlighted. I'm going to now copy that one because it's got all my X and Y settings, okay, and my height. The one down, the temp one, is just there as a backup or reserve. Okay.
1 item copied.
Okay, now I copied the MIDI item. Now I want to go to, I want this one to show up. Let's make it 1 second or a little bit less than 1 second. Let's do 1 second. Yeah, we'll just do 1 second. Okay. 1 second after the other title. Okay. And that's where I'm going to put this one, which I've already copied it. So let's go ahead and do a Shift F2, and we'll go ahead and rename this one right now.
Shift F2. Edit. Next title.
Okay, so it says next title there. I'm going to go ahead and rename it. The one I've got in a copy buffer is going to be the one we're going to copy down in a moment. But first, we're going to do this one. I'm going to call this one Creating Titles.
CREATING. Creating. TITLES.
Okay.
Titles. Shift enter. C.
Now, if you got
C.
vision,
Track list.
you'll notice it did not update it on the screen, but that's because it just doesn't work that way. You'd have to.
Control Shift period. Bar 4.
Now I go there.
Control Shift comma. Bar 1.
There you go. See, I had to go to the end of the item, come back to the item at the beginning, and then it updated it. Okay. It's just one of the ways that it works. Okay. Now I'm going to hit. I'm at bar 0. I'm at the beginning of the MIDI item that I already had up there. Could I hit Control Shift comma, and that put me at the beginning of that MIDI item. Okay, that I had highlighted. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Control page down 2 times because I got mine set so it goes by a half a second. All right, however you got your grid set will be your thing. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to go 1.
Beat 2. Beat 3.
Okay, I'm going to go beat 3, and I'm going to do a paste. Okay.
1 item added.
Okay. Now the item that I added.
2 next title.
There it is. See, it says 2 next title. Now I need to go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to the envelope for Y. I forgot the other thing. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm just going to do the Y because it's stacked. Never mind. I'm going to save it. All right. All right, so now I'm going to do
Alt L, text height slash text overlay dash video processor envelope
we are.
armed. Alt L, Y position slash text overlay dash video processor envelope armed.
Okay. Now, let's see what we got here.
Alt Shift E, set envelope point value dialog. Value colon edit 0.000.
I got it at 0, 0. I'm going to now do it at, I'm going to try 0.12.
0. Period. 1. 2.
Okay. Now, I can see a little bit that's stacked on top of each other a little bit. They're still overlapping. Okay.
2.
This is where vision people might have them a little bit crowded, but they'll have somebody doing it for them. Or they can just do it the safe way
8.
and just go for a larger number, a larger spacing, and then have a sighted person come and help them with the last bit. Okay. And then we change the spacing. All right. This one I have it, and they're right there on top of each other, right above each other. Okay. And that's all I got to do on that.
18. Shift enter. Track list.
Okay. And this one, however, I'm now going to go ahead and I'm going to edit it now.
Shift F2. Edit. Next title.
I'm not going to change the title of it yet because this one I just want to do a fade in. Okay. Oh, I don't need to do a fade in. I had it just appear at 1 minute at the 1 second mark. I'll just leave it as a 1 second mark. If I wanted to do a fade in, I could. Okay, I got creating titles, and in this one, I'm going to say using Reaper. I'm going to put it as a title.
U-S-I-N-G. Using R-E-A-P-E-R.
Okay.
Reaper. Okay. Edit. Using Reaper.
Okay. So it says using Reaper, and I've got that set. All right.
Shift enter. U.
Now I hit escape.
Track list.
All right. Now I've got that, and now I'll go ahead and I will now hit control page down a couple times, and that'll put me 1 second farther.
Beat 4. Bar 2 beat 1.
Okay. And now I can paste again and repeat the process.
1 item added.
Okay. Now I got to do, I want to go to the beginning of where it is. So I'm going to do Control Shift, comma.
Control Shift, comma.
Now I'm at the beginning of that item that I just pasted. And I need to, edit the value. So I do a Shift F2.
Shift F2. Edit. Next title.
Okay. Oh, hold it.
Track list.
I forgot. I need to do the Y coordinates first.
Alt L. Text height slash text overlay. Alt L. Y position slash text overlay dash video processor envelope armed.
Let's go ahead and let's change the Y position.
Alt Shift E. Set envelope point value dialog. Value colon edit 0.000.
0.000.
Track list.
Let's double check that.
Alt L. X position slash text overlay dash video processor envelope armed. Alt L. Border slash text overlay dash video processor. Alt Shift L. Alt Shift L. Y position slash text overlay dash video processor envelope armed.
Yeah, I think I better.
2 background. 1 titles 3. 3 next title.
Yeah, that should be next title. That's what it's supposed to be. Okay, let's try it again. Let's go arm it.
Alt L. Text height slash text overlay dash video processor envelope armed.
Okay.
Alt L. Y position slash text overlay dash video processor envelope armed.
Let's check the Y envelope.
Alt Shift E. Set envelope point value dialog. Value colon edit 0.000.
I guess, I probably copied it before I changed the value. Okay, let's go ahead and let's change this one to 0.3. Or, yeah.
0.
0.
Period.
Period.
3.
I'll go 3.2.
3. 3. 2.
Okay.
2. 3.
How about 3? Yeah, that looks about right. I don't know.
3.
I'll go 4.
4.
I'm not sure. All right.
34. Shift enter. Track list.
Some side person may tell me I didn't do that great a job, but whatever. Okay, now I've got it where it says next title there. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to now change.
Shift F2. Edit. Next title.
Okay.
Track list.
I'm going to copy this one.
0 envelope points copied.
Okay.
2 background. 1 titles 3 items. 2 using Reaper bar 1 beat 3. 3 next title bar 2 beat 1.
Next title. That's the one I want to copy.
1 item copied.
Okay. And now I want to edit the value of it.
Shift F2. Edit. Next title.
Using Reaper. Creating titles using Reaper. And I'll say
A. C. E. S. S. I. B. L. E. Accessible. B. Y. By. B. L. N. D.
okay. Accessible by the blind.
Blind. Shift Enter.
By
A.
blind.
A. A. A.
Okay. Oh, I gotta hit escape.
Track list. 2 using Reaper. 3 accessible by blind bar 2 beat 1.
Accessible by blind. Okay. Now I've got that there at 2 seconds. That's where I'm at currently. I now need to move to the other part. Okay.
Beat 2. Beat 3.
Okay. Now I'm at the 3-second mark. Okay. And I will now paste another next title.
1 item added.
Okay. And I need to go back to the beginning.
Control Shift comma.
There you go. I'm at the beginning of the item. I just pasted there. And now I'm going to change its Y coordinates. So I'll do an Alt-L.
Alt-L. Text height slash text Alt-L. Y position slash text overlay dash video processor envelope armed.
Okay. And the fact that I copied it last time at the last moment after I'd already set the Y means I've got it at the last value so I can tell.
Alt Shift E. Set envelope point value dialog. Value colon edit. 0.340.
So last time I had it 3.4 and I'm finding out that I need to go like 1.2 every time or something like that, close to it. So I'll do this one at, let's try 4.6. Okay.
4. Period. 2. 2. 6.
Okay. And
Position colon edit. Value colon edit. 4.6. Shift Enter. Track list.
And
1 titles 4 items. 4 next title. 4 next title. 3 accessible by blind beat 1. 4 next title beat 3.
well, why they showing up? Huh.
4 next title.
Okay. Let's check my Y.
Alt-L. Text height slash text overlay dash video process. Alt-L. Y position slash text overlay dash video processor envelope. Alt Shift R.
Oops. I'll shift D.
Alt Shift E. Set envelope point value dialog. Value colon edit. 1.000.
Oh, that's why.
0. Period.
0.4.
6.
Okay, there we are.
46. Shift Enter. Track list.
All right, and that of course is not right. So let's increase it again.
Alt Shift E. Set envelope point value dialog. Value colon edit. 0.0. Period. 5. Shift Enter. Track list.
Okay. Yeah, that's much better. 0.5. Okay. And accessible by the blind. And what should I put for this title? Accessible by blind. Techniques. I accidentally lost the last 2 minutes of this video, apparently. But through the miracle of Reaper, I brought back the demo for you to show how it looks when it is. So for the visually that are looking at it, you can see it up there. It is showing up one after the other, stacking up there appropriately, coming down, and then the top one fades out, and then the second one, third one, fourth one, and so on. And 1 second apart, they were all these actions, and then I got it repeating in a loop. Well, that's part 1. Don't forget to keep your MIDI item that you created in this part, because it's used in part 2 and part 3 of the lesson. Until next time.